It is almost the end of August. I can't believe it. It's how many days? 4 days? 5 days?
5 days.
It's next Monday. So
we're almost done for this.
It's 6 days.
I know. Summer's almost over.
Not
It's almost
including
back
today.
to school time.
Yeah, September the 1st. One of the first burr months.
The burr.
Burrs. Burr.
Which I'm okay with a little bit of cold right now.
Yeah.
But before we get there, let's talk about a little bit something where we can scratch and wreck the hell out of our bodies to get some great food. Welcome to the Edible Valley Podcast.
We want to invite you as we embark on a culinary journey through the heart of Vancouver Island
From the fertile fields,
to the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean.
we'll explore the stories behind the food that nourishes us.
Tune in to each episode as we deep dive into the flavors, the traditions, and the innovations that make this a true paradise.
Now please join us as we explore our Edible Valley.
All right, after that little teaser, we're going to go straight into it. By the way, my name's William Stringer.
And I'm Chef Jonathan Fraser.
Good evening, as we are right now. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Or good night.
Or good
I'd say.
night.
Good night's only when you leave, though, isn't it?
Is it?
No, it is.
Okay.
Good night.
That's true.
Yeah. And if I say good night to someone, it's a little bit like we're in bed together. You say good night, and you just feel a bit weird.
You know
Anyway.
what? I would be comfortable with anyone out there who's listening to our podcast if we were just sitting in a bed right now talking about what we're going to get onto about today. And that's what we're talking about.
One hell of a segue. Right, talk to me. What was that? What was that little freaking teaser you just
I'm
did?
like, you know what time it is? It's Blackberry time.
Oh, yeah, it is. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Ah, it's everywhere. And
Yeah.
they're so abundant right now. And I just thought we could go into a little bit of the history, some of the culture, some of the growing segments and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's look at some nutritional facts and all the fun thing that come around with blackberries. Maybe a couple recipes.
And I like that because at the moment, all it means to me is either A, my mother-in-law making us stop every 2 yards to pick stuff, or, and I'm going to say as that was A, or 2, it's going to drive you crazy. Instead of A, instead of B, it's 2. Oh, God, it's going to drive you crazy. It's you're walking down the road and then there's groups of people and you kind of briefly forget that it's blackberry season.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what's going on? And
Blackberries.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm really expand my horizons.
Well, I just thought about it. It's amazing to look at blackberries. They're native to this area.
Yeah.
Even though we do have some invasive species, the Himalayan one, which is a lot of what you see here.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that grows in all the alleyways and
Yeah, yeah.
it'll grow anywhere.
Also, people from the UK.
Yes, exactly. But blackberries are really common to the northern hemisphere. So we're looking at Europe, Asia, and North America, right? And it's really always been a huge part of the hunter-gatherer diet is blackberries because where else can you get blackberries?
And how are they for you? Are they really good for
are
you?
so good. There are so many great, antioxidants,
Yeah.
full of vitamins. Like half a cup of blackberries is half your like vitamin C and all that in a
Is
day.
that right?
So
Wow.
there's great,
Yeah.
health benefits
Yeah.
from having blackberries, and how
Yeah.
can you go wrong?
You-
And
yeah.
with the flavor,
Absolutely. So have you heard of Oregon grapes?
yes,
We've been eating quite a few Oregon grapes. They're a bit
yeah.
bitter.
They are,
Yeah.
and
We've
that's
got a little bit of taste for them.
you've
Yeah.
grown on the taste on them.
But they are invasive from Oregon, presumably. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. So not only I was going to say that they're great for health benefits in eating and then making some of the best blackberry pie you can imagine, but also they're great for dyeing, and so they were used a lot in traditional
Yeah.
things to create a
Yeah.
blue dye, which is
Yeah.
a very interesting color and
Yeah,
a
you
hard
wouldn't want
color.
to wear a white shirt.
No.
One of them. It's up there with black coffee.
Which is something I find when I usually go out blackberry picking,
Yeah.
or actually, when the times you're walking down the trails and you hit that spot and you see those beautiful,
Yeah.
gorgeous, juicy
right.
blackberries just
Yeah.
sitting there, and you try sneaking in very quietly, and you reach up there to get there, and the first thing you do is your forearm catches that thorn on the side.
Oh, no.
And there you go. So, that is one of the joys of blackberry picking.
And are there several loads for the year? Because I did hear that the first load can be quite bitter. Mm-hmm. And so people are not on them as much. You're just like, okay, they've started. let's wait a few weeks, then they start to get sweeter.
Definitely.
Is that right? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
and it's definitely one of those things. Like they usually start beginning of July.
Right.
You're going to start seeing them.
Really?
Depending on the
So
weather.
early,
So
yeah,
early, yeah.
yeah.
But they're really at their peak getting into August,
Right.
into September.
And
so
when
we're
is peak day? If you had to give me a day, when is peak day?
Well,
If you had to give me a day.
We're looking at August 25th here.
Yeah.
So I'm saying anywhere around right now.
Really?
Yeah. And now I have noticed we did have a little bit of a rainfall, and so
Yeah.
that will affect the
Yeah.
berries because
Yeah.
those berries will suck up a lot of that
Yeah.
water. And sometimes they'll get too much water from that, depending on how much
So
gets
it'd be a
out there.
little bit less tasty
Little bit, yeah.
because they've been diluted.
Yeah, but then it's also the fact, you know what, they can juice it up and they have a little bit more to ripen and sweeten a little bit.
They'll need that. So I would have said if you'd so you've guessed right now 25th of August.
I would say
I would have said a month from now, but I don't know. But I would have said it's definitely an autumn thing. So what are they going to be like in a month from now?
I think in a month from now they're going to be good, but the further we get into the end of the month,
Yeah.
I think we're going to lose. They're going to start going bitter and going sour.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do they go bitter?
It's just hanging on the vine for too long, right?
Too late. That's it.
They'll start molding up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that from my experiences from picking
Interesting.
berries over
Okay.
the years. So
Yeah.
So typically we're looking at early September is sort of that peak time. So like any time from now for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think is going to be perfect blackberry picking. And I know from the couple times I've gone out, there is a great abundance of blackberries right now, and this is looking to be a really good year.
Yeah,
So,
it seems like it. And we did get that glorious. We've had quite a few fires here on the island this year, which is unusual.
Yes.
And especially in the mid-island area, Port Alberni kind of area.
I feel really sorry for the people of Port Alberni. They've had a couple tough years
they really
with
have.
forest fires, so that's been a big thing. So.
And then the snow, and they get hit. And actually, I was showing houses in Port Alberni out in the sticks around Port Alberni, and it was May. It was early on in the season.
Really?
Yeah, my thermometer in my car said like 88 degrees. Even back then, which is bloody hot.
It's
30
hot.
something degrees Celsius.
And Port Alberni is hot.
Yeah, and I was like, this actually feels like I'm in California. This feels like a desert.
Yeah.
But it is very, very inland, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like being inland BC.
Well, and it's got a lot of the same thing as the central
Yeah.
BC, where it gets really hot. And you get that really concentrated heat.
Yeah.
Because basically it's in this beautiful valley.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's one of the downfalls of Port Alberni. As much as I love it, enjoy it, it's cold in the winter and it's super hot in the summer.
Wow.
It's probably one of the hottest places on Vancouver
Now,
Island.
not this is a real estate show, but the benchmark price for a house on different areas of Vancouver Island, benchmark is where the average, but they take out all the outliers. So if someone sells their house for $20 million, that's not in there. So
Right.
it's actually a bit more accurate. And the benchmark for Campbell River, $750. And this is ridiculous anyway, by the way. A house should be around $250,000 at most.
Yeah.
Anyway, $850 in the Comox Valley. Nanaimo's about $650. And Port Alberni, $542. It is significantly cheaper in Port Alberni.
So it's...
And I would put to you that it's not a bad place to live. And if you can get your own house, you got the natural beauty, good community, lots of warm, wonderful people. And
it's a well-established community.
Yeah, it
I know
is.
this wasn't supposed to be. This is a Blackberry
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, what was it about again? I think Port Alberni gets a bad rep, and I actually, I don't see why.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think it's the next little secret for everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
it is,
going to
yeah.
be
That's
everyone's
next.
moving there.
Yeah,
So,
Cumberland and Port Alberni probably similar. 25
share
years ago.
so much.
Look at it now.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I think it's coming. But they have the bonus that they have their own hospital and their own infrastructure.
They do.
They have their own hockey team.
Yeah, because Cumberland's steel arse. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I love Cumberland. I go there a lot.
Was that the best thing to come to Cumberland is an empty bus? Well, no, that's not true.
And of course, poor little Cumberland had a forest fire this year. Do you remember that?
It did. Yeah.
Driving down Ryan Road.
Yeah.
I saw
that
it
was-
right in front of the glacier.
That was really scary
That
for
is
us. Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah.
So, good job, Cumberland. What a close-knit community. I know we're going off.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Cumberland, very close-knit community.
Yeah.
I get the impression, as you drive in, they say it takes a village. And you get the feeling that it really is that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's got a
and you
strong
know
vibe for
what?
that.
I'm going to do a little throw out because this weekend, the North Vancouver Island Culinary Association, we're actually going to be at the farmers market on Sunday on
great.
August 31st, and we're doing one of our food fests there. So I've
That's gonna be nice.
got at least about 10, 12 chefs now coming from all around the Northern Island. So I got a couple from Nanaimo and a couple from Campbell River and Courtney, all going to come into Cumberland, and we're going to cook the foods from the market itself and give everyone a bit of a sample. So
that's great. Well, we might end up being there. And the last day of August, the last day of summer, meteorologically speaking, the 1st of September is the meteorological autumn. So enjoy it next Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now I guess I got to find some blackberries now.
Yeah, you too.
To bring up
Okay.
that challenge for everyone. So
Continue with the blackberries. I'm actually really quite fascinated. I didn't know I was, but it's just the way you say it, John.
Well, they're just, I mean, blackberries are so amazing, and I've loved them in so much of my cooking because I feel like when I cook with blackberries, I'm really cooking with something from the West Coast here.
Right.
Like it's something that it pairs really well.
Yeah.
I've done it with oysters and done like a blackberry remoulade sauce. That was my rib fest, which just happened last weekend here.
Yeah. Oh,
2
what
years
place
ago.
Did you, what place did you come to? Was it
Well,
first? Was it first?
It was not first.
Aw.
I'm not a barbecue first placer apparently, because this year I did a bull kelp barbecue sauce. So I took the dried bull kelp and rehydrated that, mixed that into a barbecue sauce to give it that really kick of umami, and it had a beautiful flavor throughout it. But it just didn't hit. It was a blind taste test, and it just didn't hit it with the judges, I guess.
Yeah.
They liked it, but it wasn't as good as...
Was it personal?
I think it was personal. I think
Was Aaron in the in the
No,
battle?
no, it
Okay.
wasn't either of us there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, but what brought me onto blackberries is the year before I did a blackberry barbecue sauce, finished the same ways. And that was because if you're doing a blackberry barbecue sauce, strain it really well, because sometimes
Or
those
chuck it in
seeds...
the NutriBullet.
So that was the thing that I did the barbecue sauce, and they loved the flavor and everything about it, but it did have a little bit of seed in there. So remember, when you are working with blackberries, they do have a little bit of a seed, so it's something you can strain out of. It's not bad if you're doing it in
it'll
a
be so
pie.
good. You know the seed will be good for you.
Oh yeah, it's just a flavorful thing.
Yeah.
So I got a
absolutely.
simple, quick recipe for anyone who's getting blackberries.
Oh, go for it.
You know what? Because all you need is like a cup of blackberries, half a cup of sugar, and about a teaspoon of lemon juice. Right? Super easy. Bring that up to a simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes.
Nice.
Strain it. Right? What have you got? Perfect blackberry sauce for doing on ice cream, pancakes, or even, have a little cocktail.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. Great.
Yeah.
All right, let me see me with my little pen.
Jotting
Writing that
down.
down. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Right. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe put that on the socials.
That is a social. So I
Great.
love blackberries because we can work at them from any way. So if we want to do
Yeah.
them sweet, savory, they can blend to each other. They definitely add that sweetness to your
Yeah.
sauce when you're cooking with them. So
I don't want to go off piste too much, but I've got a couple of things to say that are off piste.
okay.
Yeah.
Can I finish my last 2 comments about
Yeah.
blackberries?
Yeah. Sorry, you
So
winked
I
to
got
me.
2 more. I got 2 more about blackberries. So did you know there's 350 common species of blackberries?
No.
Which is pretty
Not surprised
crazy.
though, but that's yeah.
You know, but each region has their thing. And that there's a difference between the wild ones, which we have out there, and there's also cultivated ones out there.
Okay.
If you have a chance, cultivated are kind of the easy and nice way to go with, because a lot of the cultivated ones don't have the thorns on them.
Oh.
So it's not a bramble. So
Yeah.
a lot of times when people refer to a thicket or stuff like that, they're referring to either a
Easy.
blackberry or raspberry, right? So these ones usually don't have the thorns on them. So, and they're usually, sometimes the berries are a little bit bigger and a little bit juicier.
So when you see like cultivated blueberries, like in a bag,
Yes.
that are frozen, what does that mean?
It means that they've grown the plant so it can be produced in a farming setting.
Okay.
On the West Coast here, we do a lot of cultivated blueberries. And I learned this out in Moncton.
Yeah.
In the East Coast and New Brunswick and stuff like that, their blueberries are mostly wild.
Really?
And they spend a lot of time. And so the berries are a little bit juicier, but
Out
they
there.
have a stronger flavor. Just a little bit of stronger flavor,
Really?
and they're a little bit more moist out here. So it's a
out here.
really interesting, yeah. So there's a little bit of, I mean, the East Coasters always say theirs are better, but, you know, we got some beautiful blueberries.
There's a better, so they are. Sorry.
And you know what? I was on a podcast just the other day. I can't even remember the name of it. And that was one they were asking me about, you know.
I bet they're happy about that comment.
It was a pop-up podcast they were doing at the farmer's market.
Okay.
And I sat down with them and they were like, "What makes you happy today?" or something. I can't remember my question.
Yeah, can
and
you
I
give
was
me-
like, "I just had the best blueberries of my life." And so I was like going on just about how much fun it was just being down at the farmer's market and be able to have. What's that?
It was the name of it. You were like, John, can you give us a plug on our podcast?
Well,
on your podcast, it would mean the world to us.
It was,
I don't remember the name.
liking it.
It's called More of That, Please.
Worst person in the world.
Sorry, putting you in it. Now, you know me and John, I said a lot. We lived together during the pandemic. Now, I use this story a lot. I'm probably like an old man that constantly... But, you know,
Wait, you lived with me?
It was a form of existence. We just basically sat in a house eating Cheetos and trying to get fit with a homemade TRX.
And watching YouTube videos.
And watching YouTube, a channel called Cart Narcs, with a guy who catches people not putting their carts back and then starting arguments with them. Yeah, those are the days.
Those were some
quite sad, isn't it?
tough times back in COVID days.
All right, so you know, since we've had a kid, I've been on a journey. We basically, when we first had Penelope, we said we don't want to just give her jarred baby food or whatever. That was amazing to me. I just thought when you have a kid, you buy a jar of baby food, boop, open it up. It's got the little suction cap, little fun one. Boop, give them the spoon, and they just know.
Yeah.
Like, lovely. No, nothing like that at all. Eva, absolute star, amazing mum. She makes everything from scratch.
Oh, that's
now
amazing.
Look, do we do the wrong thing sometimes? Yes, we're not perfect. We're not Instagram people. She gets chocolate sometimes. She gets stuff that we just buy for it. But generally speaking, we really do try hard. Now, ever since then, we started thinking, well, why are we giving ourselves food that we wouldn't give a child? And actually, we've got rid of ultra processed foods, and we did a podcast on this.
Yes, we did a great one on that.
Yeah, and so we've almost completely phased out ultra processed foods now at this point. We are still looking through our cupboard and catching things and going, oh, how did this get through? Mm-hmm. Guess what? Have you seen my list?
No, I have not.
I found one.
Yes?
Yeah.
What was that?
Mouthwash. Mouthwash.
Yeah.
It now, allegedly,
yeah,
I'm going to say that.
But always add allegedly because you can't get sued for allegedly.
Allegedly, it kills the bad breath causing bacteria, but it just kills everything.
Kills everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you're talking stuff. Now, you probably know that your gut bacteria is incredibly important. It's like your first line of defense against disease and things like that. Well, that's it. You're sending it down there. So you are sending that downstream. Very, very bad. So I made my own mouthwash.
You need to stop drinking mouthwash, I think.
Wait a minute, what? Oh, I've misunderstood. I should read the label, but it's in French. So I made my own mouthwash, and I didn't go on ChatGPT. I heard that cloves are really good, and I tried to eat it, and I was like, I'll just be the guy that eats cloves.
Oh, man.
That'll be my thing.
That hurt you, didn't it?
It's disgusting. It was like, so I thought, right, I'm getting the NutriBullet. The second time I mentioned that on this show. I blended the heck out of it, boiled water over it, added about 1.5 pints of water in there, left it for about an hour. Then I sieved it out with a tea strainer, which was really thin, so it gets all of the virtually powdered clove out.
Okay.
And then you taste of it. And I know you're not supposed to drink it, because I did check for that one. And it said, no, don't drink it because it's got high levels of whatever in there. Just don't. So, and it was absolutely rank. But I gargled on it, did everything like I usually do. And it fresh, as if it was using a mainstream. Because, you know, these mainstream mouthwashes, they're good. They keep you fresh. So anyway, if you want to.
I got another fresh, easy one for you too. That works really well.
I added, I went to Edible Island today and I bought peppermint oil. Oh. The ingestible one. Right. Not the one that just goes on the exterior. And I've added that to it and I'll be tasting that tonight.
Oh, perfect.
I do not eat it, but it goes in the mouth, yeah.
No, but I was going to say just fresh parsley.
Ah, on its own?
On its own. Just grabbing a spring of that, chewing on it.
It was that and cloves?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it antibacterial?
No, it just freshens up your breath.
Nice.
Yeah, you smell like parsley.
Because if you look at the mints and all these sorts of things, I mean, it's even some of the ones they do in Edible Island, dare I say it. They have a really good brand in there, actually. But
that's Will's rant for the day.
Yeah. So there we are. Homemade mouthwash. I'll let you know how that goes. Right. Okay, next rant. All right. So Eva is vegetarian. Every restaurant you go in, even like the best burger places, they'll just have at the end veggie burger. You don't even bloody change the name. It's so boring. Veggie burger. You know, I mean, what the heck? And actually, we went to one, I'm not going to mention it. It's a local place.
Okay.
Character that owns it.
Yeah.
And it was Costco. Eva took one and she was like, this Costco. Because we buy them. So she said, I've just paid $14
for
one Costco patty. and some very nice fries.
It's a hard one because you know what? Finding a really good veggie burger out there.
Well, we make our own, and they're crap.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to go back to the old country in my mind, and I remembered cauliflower cheeseburgers.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, every time I go back to the UK, I go to Sainsbury's and I get these. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to make my own. And so you just loads and loads of cheddar cheese. You're talking garlic. You're talking, I put caramelized onions in there, all the usual herbs, chuck them all in there. Get a whole head of cauliflower, chop it up, oven, 40 minutes, 400 degrees, a little bit of salt and pepper in the oven, take it out, blitz that or pulse that in the food blender till it looks like rice, chuck it all in there, couple of eggs, blend it all up, and also you chuck in there some panko as well. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I put some panko around the outside, like a lot of it.
Yeah.
They crunch when you, and then you shallow fry them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they are so good, John.
Cauliflower is it's one of those, if you do it right and you play with it and add cheese always helps it.
Yeah.
And it just,
And that did it. You know, veggie people have such a black bean burger isn't fun. That's the equivalent of like me having a fillet of salmon, you have a black bean burger.
Yeah.
Where even on Saturday night, when we're trying to force as many calories as possible down our gobs, they deserve something better than black bean burger. So cauliflower cheeseburger.
Well, the other one that always falls on is the portobello mushroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mushrooms carry all the weight.
No,
I
they
think.
call the weight, but that's kind of like phone it in. We'll brush it with some butter, throw it on the grill, and you get a mushroom in
Job
there.
done.
There's
Sit back and think of England.
so many better things you could do with that. So.
Final thing I wanted to say, and I just make a list of anything involving food because I am the layman in this conversation. I am here to learn. John teaches me a thing. I've got a little bit of an obsession because TikTok has shown me I should be obsessed with it.
Oh yeah, of course it does that.
I'm just going to say 2 words and you can smash burgers. No?
I love them.
Oh, you love them?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's how I've been doing my burgers for years.
Have you really?
Yeah.
So it's just, how did I not know about this?
Well, do you remember when I started making at Atlas, when I brought the burger on there?
Yeah.
The goal was to get the burger. We did it on the grill, which was hard, but we were doing it as thin and as flat as possible because I wanted to cook really fast.
Like a minute and a half.
But I also wanted to pick up all that flavor from on top of the grill.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing with the smash burger.
Yeah.
Right? It's just having that piece of meat on the grill as flat as possible. Really quick sear, getting that little bit of crispness on it, and it's just like, it's beautiful, right? And you don't need a lot to it, right? Just a little salt and pepper.
Well, I've already got into the products because TikTok tells me I need to. So I bought the smash burger, the press.
Ah.
All right. So you make your mince into a ball, and it's probably like a golf ball. Mm-hmm. And then you get the smash burger press. You get a load of onion, chuck it on top of the ball, and then you get some grease-proof paper. And then put the big press, which is a big cast iron. I mean, I don't know why I didn't just use my cast iron weight anyway.
Yeah.
But and you just push it down. It just makes it as flat as possible.
Yeah.
You get all those lovely crispy edges. And then when you turn it over, you got like 20 seconds more and it's done.
It's done. Yeah.
And
the
it's so
trick
good.
with that is to smash it right away before it starts cooking all the way.
Oh, yeah.
So it can crisp down, because what happens is once you start cooking up a patty and you flip it over and then you press it again, you're going to push out all that extra juice that's in there.
Do you press it again?
I don't always. A lot of times I will just flip over.
I don't think people do.
Yeah,
No.
but some people do.
Some
and
people
I know when working with burgers and stuff like that, there's especially when you're doing a thicker and a fat burger, like a lot of people would flip it over and to speed it up, especially in the kitchen when you're grilling, jumping on that press and squishing it down. And the press is made to smash that burger, get as flat as possible.
And you want to get the 80-20 fat. And it was so tasty. Right, I mean, if you're listening, you're not.
You know what's amazing on top of that,
I'm going to show John a picture.
Just to go full circle with this, a little bit of Blackberry barbecue sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've just shown you biggest bloody burger. 3 patties.
Or else
Blackberry sauce.
Like a Blackberry
what does that bring
barbecue sauce, right? Well, just a traditional barbecue sauce, just adding that little bit of sweetness from the from the Blackberry, right?
Yeah. That's
or
a great
else
idea.
doing a nice blackberry chutney, right?
Well, with the cauliflower cheeseburger, I said, what do I do? And this is AI, just, hands in the air. I said, what do I do to add umami?
Umami, the 5th flavor, right?
Yeah.
We did
And
the
they
whole
said,
podcast.
Yeah, a little bit of soy sauce, teaspoon of soy sauce, and a teaspoon of mustard.
You know what actually works really good, too,
What?
for umami?
Yeah.
And just because I'm working on it right now, is seaweed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like dried powdered seaweed is a big one. And so that's a project
Great.
that we're going to come back to and do a
Yeah.
podcast on it coming down.
Yeah.
But I'm working with the CAR-T program up at North Island College.
Okay.
And they're working on producing seaweed up and down the coast here and sort of developing products that can be sold and how to properly grow seaweed and how, because we have some of the most beautiful waters in
Yeah,
the world,
true.
that we can actually grow the seaweed that can be as good as stuff coming out of Asia.
Yeah.
Because of the process. Because there's really
Yeah.
tricky process of
The
how they produce the seaweed, get it to grow, how they harvest it, how long they dry it for, whether they oven dry it or whether they sun dry it. And then do they blanch the seaweed beforehand or do they just do it straight up? So there's a whole bunch of things that go into it that I'm getting really excited about.
And in Europe, Scotland's a very big exporter of seaweed.
Yes.
Yeah, but they export a lot of it to places like Dubai.
Yeah.
They love it there.
And our problem is we export it, but we don't use it here. So I think that's something we're working on. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
really excited to be a part of this project. So.
All right, well, I'm excited to be part of this podcast, Jonathan.
Yes, let's do. You know what? I think I'd love to reach out to anyone out there, and if they have any of their own Blackberry recipes or some of their favorite ways of having blackberries, love to hear a shout out or an email to us. We can read it out on the show and pass that along because that would be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, please do. For now, thank you again for Jet FM from the state-of-the-art downtown Courtney studios at 98.9 Jet FM, Comox Valley's best rock. Thank you so much for letting us use this studio. It is where this podcast started back in 2011.
2011.
2011, yeah.
2012, I think, was when we first started in the radio station.
So grateful. Thank you very much. It's lovely. And you can also, we've now paired with the Jet now in terms of the podcast going out on their website, which is My Comox Valley now, under the community section, Community Voices. And it's absolutely fantastic. You can find loads and loads of great stuff on there.
Of course. Yeah, check it out for sure.
Yeah. All right. That's it for us. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you on the Flippity Flip.
Flippity flip.
Flippity Flip. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.